All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Zoom call tonight. Exciting call we have tonight to really discuss, how we're going to run the Minute to Win It Challenge and all the different things that are going on about. There's a lot of excitement building for people who are really participating. They are so excited about how this literally transform a lot of people because of the approach we're taking to joining people, having people join the challenge. And this call is really to answer a lot of questions and to probably write down a lot of questions, because I will tell you this, there's no way I have all the answers at all. I'm just like you, doing my own research, trying to learn. I've never done a challenge like this before. Actually, the entire organization has never done this type of a challenge because it's a new platform that we're working on. But they're really excited about all the different things. I kind of wanted to go over tonight a little bit about the things that I've learned in the research that I've done. But if you guys have done research as well,
Hold on.
getting some feedback.
Hold on. Yeah, I know it's my fault. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I know it's my fault. Hold on a second. I'm fixing it.
If you've done your own research, which is really what we all have to do. It's not about me sharing with you how to run this. This is about everybody kind of stepping up and figuring it out. But the cool thing is that everything has been done for us, and we can all say hallelujah to that, because all of the leaders have put together videos, right? You guys have all seen them. They are in full force out there trying to help everybody be able to do this challenge. And that makes it so amazing for all of us, because we do not have to create anything, right? Who is happy about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. So the things that we do have to create, though, which is our own energy, which is getting people to the challenge, right? They have to do that for us. They're not just going to throw you 10 people that's going to join your challenge. We all have to go out, promote it, and do it. And we're going to talk about some different strategies tonight, and we'll talk about different ways to market it and how kind of, from the history of who's done these challenges, what they've said about how it has developed, over time. So with that said, can I please see a show of hands of people who have watched some of the YouTube videos and gone to, or actually who has not? Has anybody not gone to coacheschallenge.com and seen any of that website? Okay. So if you have not and you are participating in the challenge, then it's an absolute must, because it's put together a full checklist of things that you need to do. Now, they've made it even simpler than I was making it, which is, hey, watch anything you can. That was my approach. Just listen to everything I can. I even snuck on a Zoom call that Kim Fisk did today. She had an open meeting with her team. I just listened. I was able to ask her questions, and I have the copy linked to it. Okay, I'll send that out later. Kim is the one who her and Amber created these challenges within their organizations. And she had all of her team who wanted to go on this Zoom call in and ask questions. I was on the call too, so you'll even hear some of my questions. And I'm going to kind of lay out certain things that she laid out tonight. But if you're like me, we need to hear things more than once before we get it. Is any of you like that? I need to hear things over and over and over and over and over again. But so there's no doubt the best way to learn how to do this is to watch these videos from the leaders who've done it. You will not get everything from me. Do not even think, don't count on me for that. I'm learning just like you guys in this, okay? Now, so with that said, is anybody here, is everybody here? First of all, there is a Facebook page called Thin It to Win It, the Rex Thin It to Win It. Is everybody here got a link to that page and is on it? Who is not on that page? Okay, Donna, you're not on that page.
I don't think I'm on it.
Donna and Liz, okay. And on the phone, Lisa, you're on the phone. Are you on that page by any chance?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I think you invited me, Gary, didn't you?
I might have. I invited everybody who I thought of at the time. So this is a page that we're going to be going to often, okay, to run this challenge, because this is where all the leaders of the Rex Hotel are going to be posting a lot of information. If you've gone on it already, you've probably seen tons of documents, videos already uploaded about how to run your room that Doug Wood did and Terry Miller did. These are the people who've done the challenge before, so I would listen to them about the way to promote it and run the room. Now, here is the coolest thing amongst all these cool things that are going on, is that they're going to be releasing information to us on a as-needed basis. How cool is that, to not get everything at once, right? Because that's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is we don't have to worry about what we're going to be saying in our room right now and how we're going to be doing things in our own personal room. Because right now they're talking about promoting it, right? Getting people interested. That's all we need to be focusing on right now, is getting people into the challenge, right? And knowing a little bit about the challenge ourselves so we can explain what it is, right? And once the challenge does start, and we're going to talk more about this later, then there's going to be a home page for lots of coaches, right? So what people are going to be doing is copying and pasting things that people are saying in other walls. That way we could write our own blog, we could write our own inspirational thing. You can run your room the way you want, but you also have the ability to find out someone who's running a great room. Like, we have access to anybody's room, okay? We're going to have access to lurk in anybody's room, copy and paste things that we like, see what other people are doing, because there's no doubt that the thing that makes this thing function the most is that we are kind of have to be the cheerleader, right? We're the leader of the room. We want to be participating in the challenge ourselves, right? And remember that, yes, we're the health coach. Yes, we're the people who inspire people, but we're also a client, right? Every single person is a client of health. There's not one person here that we've all arrived maybe at a healthy weight, but we're a client forever, right? Because getting healthy is not like, oh, I'm done at 6 weeks and now I can just go back to my old ways. So idea here is that you humble yourself into your room and let them know you're a client too, just as much as anybody else is a client. But yeah, you are the coach as well, because we have certain skill sets that they don't have, and that we can help them because we have the amazing program that we have. Okay, here's a couple of logistics that everybody's going to need to know. If you don't already know this, you may already know it. Remember, this information's been said. When you set up your room, how many people have not set up their room? Okay, so there's a few of you. So I highly recommend going and setting up your room if you have not set it up. Now, if you have set it up, when you do your profile sheet, there's instructions on how to set up the room. Where it says first name and last name, for those of you who set up your room already in the profile sheet, right? Where it says your first name, you want to put your first name and your last name in the first name category. You don't want to do your first name and then your last name in your last name category, okay? The reason why is you want to put your first and last name just in the first name category. You can leave the last name blank, okay? The reason why is this. As everybody joins this challenge, we have access to all the rooms. And let's say, for example, Vicky, I want to see what's going on in your room, and all I see is your name, Vicky, and there's about 20 other Vickies that have rooms. I'm going to have to try to find you. So what we're asking coaches to do is put your full name in the first name line. That way it'll say Vicky Titi. I can click right on you, and it'll be easier access for me to find your room. And vice versa, for you to find my room if there's multiple Garys, okay? So that's very, very, very important to know. And it's really cool that they've created this ability for us to lurk in other people's rooms. Like, we can go into Greg Rex's room. We can go into Whitney's room. We can go into Pat Stoudy's room. We can go into...
Wasn't that the purpose of the nicknames?
No.
Okay.
No. The nicknames are like, let's say you want to be David B, and you don't want to post your name. You know, like people have kind of crazy nicknames. You know, Getting Fit G, whatever they want to put in there.
Right. I think on Aaron's call, on his Zoom meeting, he said something about using your full name in the nickname, not in the first name.
Well, then we'll confirm that, but I've heard from all the leaders to use it in the first name, not only from Kim Fisk today, but last night I was at Greg Rex's eating above me.
Then that works. That's fine.
Let's just do it that way for now until you hear differently on that one. And it's super cool, like I was saying, this lurking thing is going to help everybody be able to manage their room so much easier, right? When we could cut and paste inspirational stuff that other people have done, and we don't have to think about creating everything ourselves, but our goal is to, you know, be in our room and talk to our people and encourage our people. And one of the coolest things that I heard about how to view this challenge, that's everything, right? Everybody agrees that perception's everything, right? If we think it's one thing, then it's only that and not all these other things. But there's a couple different ways to view this challenge, and I learned this from Kim, and Kim is the master at this stuff, is for some people really like the competitive nature of the challenge. Some people are going to be fired up about competing against others, themselves, or whatnot. Those people are going to be great for us to talk about the competitive part of the challenge. But some people are not really into competing, and that could turn them off. And this doesn't have to be a competition, because the other way to view this, as Kim was saying, was that this is about creating a community of support. So if you think about having a BNI group where everybody goes and shares their business aspect, right? This is just like creating your own personal BNI group of people trying to get healthy. It does not have to be a competition. And so if they're not into competition, but they're into, hey, come and join this support group, and you also get points for doing these things, and you make it fun, but not about the competition, but make it about them achieving their goals and being in a community, that is a whole different level of interest for people to join the challenge. So we don't want to pin it as a competitive challenge or even just that, because if you say it's all this support, but all they really care about is competing, then you're going to miss the boat with them too, right? So it's important to know their hot buttons. In our conversation, we ask questions, get to know them, find out what would be exciting for them about the challenge. And this is not about weight loss, right? You guys know that. We don't want it, we don't want it to be totally just about weight loss. And this is not about being perfect. And it's not about any coach being perfect, you know? It's about us being clients as well and building our own support system. Because how cool is that going to be when you build this room and you're going to get people that you would have never, ever, ever known. Because remember, people get points for inviting other people to this challenge. So all of a sudden, you're going to have John who invited Sally, who joined, who invited Joe, who joined, who invited Mary, who joined. Next thing you know, you're 5 or 6 levels deep of people who joined the challenge, of friends, of friends, of friends, of friends, and they're all going to be in your team. They're all going to be under your room. So it can get really exciting with how many people, and then it's everybody supporting each other, right? So it's a huge, major support group, people posting, people doing all kinds of different things. One of the things I also heard is that not everybody's going to complete it. Okay, so do not be attached to people who drop off. Do not be attached to people who don't post or don't things. Our job is to encourage everybody to, but not everybody's going to want to participate, right? They think they do, they want to do it, but they won't always compete. So that was one thing Kim said today is work with the willing. Work with the willing. You never know if that 3rd or 4th or 5th invite that just came in from 5 levels deep is your next presidential, your next coach, your next whatever. You just don't know. We have no idea what is going to excite them and get them going. Okay, let's see what else I have before we open this up to questions. Remember this, that as much as all this information is out there and all these videos and it looks a little kind of overwhelming, does anybody feel overwhelmed by it? Okay, a few people do. Just know this is what Kim said. Try to stop the noise in your head about being overwhelmed, because running the challenge is 10 times easier than preparing for the challenge. And she just says, trust the force. Just trust it. And don't try to know everything, okay? Familiarize yourself with things. Get ready to invite and post and do all those things. But do not try to remember everything or know everything. You'll get information as you go, okay? Does that help anybody ease that? I hope it does, because it can be really overwhelming if you look at all the stuff that's coming at us right now, right? So there's a couple of documents that are simplified to go through, okay? They are posted on the global page, okay? I'm going to share them tonight and where you can find them, but they are posted on the global page. Okay. There's going to be tons of videos and training that will come out as we need it, like we said. So we have up to September 15th to create a room. That's when the coaches have to create a room. But I recommend doing it as soon as possible if you're going to do it. Clients have up to September 28th to join the challenge. Okay? It starts on the 15th, but they have up to the 28th to join the challenge. And as they start earning their points, their first 2 weeks that they did miss, that'll get prorated and added in. Okay? Another really cool thing for those of you who like to win is that whoever has the best statistically achievable people, the team wins $1,000. Now, that means that we're all competing against each other to have the winning team wins $1,000. It's a $1,000 challenge. So that's an extra bonus for people who have a really successful group of people who do really well and hit their goal. Now, every week that the clients or that our participants are doing this challenge, they're going to be asked to fill out a survey, okay? And the survey has been created by the leaders of Take Shape for Life. They get points for filling out the survey. And a lot of the questions come up in regards to like learning more about Take Shape for Life, learning more about the health coaching, certain things that they've seen throughout the week. They get a survey on, and we get access to their answers. And that is going to give us the clue whether their interest levels and where they are. And when we see them saying, yes, they're interested in Take Shape for Life, then that's our opportunity to connect to them. And private message people, like, feel free to run this challenge. Like Kim said that she private messages people in her challenge. She's woohooing everybody, high-fiving people, saying, all kinds of different things. I wish we could lurk in her room because she's such a great promoter. But we don't have access to her room, unfortunately, because she has her own hotel. But these surveys is where we're going to get most of the information about what our participants are thinking about, okay? Now, I don't have all the answers as to the progression of I think it's like week 3 into the challenge. Do they start asking about Take Shape for Life? It's not right away. But the cool thing is when we have our clients, you want rock stellar clients to join the challenge, right? People who are doing our program who are getting good results, because that's the most powerful thing for people. When they start trying it on their own and, preparing food and doing all the things that we all wish that we had time to do, but no one does, and they're not getting the results that they want, and then they see Take Shape for Life people getting these amazing results, they're going to want to know a little bit more. And that's actually where the magic is. The magic is in there. Now, do not do this to figure out how many clients I'm going to get. They will come if you are authentically participating in your room, right? Versus really focusing on, I need to get clients out of this. They will naturally come to you. So don't forcefully try to get clients out of it, okay? Let the surveys do the work. Let the challenge do the work for you. and then appropriately talk to people when you know that it's appropriate, okay? Or if people are doing program, we'll just see how things go. Everybody's going to be kind of learning from each other. Okay, so with that said, I am going to show you guys a few things, and then we are going to hey, David, do you know how to share the desktop on here? I just see share screen only or share with computer. You're muted.
Yeah, I know. I think you can share the desk. I think sharing your screen is the same as sharing your.
It's
you
not.
can only
Oh, I got it.
share that one application. Yeah.
Are you guys still there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, this is my desktop. That's what it is. Okay, so inside the Thin It to Win It Rex thing is this document, okay? It's the Thin It to Win It challenge you must accomplish. And if you guys haven't seen it, just go into the Facebook page. And can everybody see this, by the way? Because I don't know if it's centered.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody has background noise, if you could please. So the this page talks about how to win the challenge, and it gives us tips like, commitment is crucial, 426 possible participation points. It's just going to give you things to understand for you to talk to your people about, and also for you to know the challenge and what it's all about, okay? You can find that there, and here's the other document, Master Thin It to Win It. Okay, so this is what I highly recommend everybody go through. Instead of going through all the videos that are sent the way we have been doing it, they organized it for us like this. So I recommend you go through this entire document right here. It should only take you, it may take some time because there's a lot of stuff in here, but if you go through this whole thing, you will now know exactly how to run this challenge, okay? So it's up to each of us to do it because there's quite a bit. But you just want to get as comfortable as you can with the challenge. So any questions on these two documents that I just shared, or where to find them, or any questions on them in general real quick?
Yeah, where to find them? I'm not certain.
It's on the Facebook page, the Greg Rex Thin It to Win It Facebook page.
She's not on that.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, I thought she raised her hand that she wasn't in it.
We invited her to it, Donna. You just have to go to the Facebook page.
Okay.
But if you want me to email it to you, I will. But I want everybody to go to that page because you got to get comfortable with going to that page anyway.
Okay.
Any other questions on these two documents?
It might be a good idea, Gary, for you to send them out anyway, just because you go to the page, but then you have to sit there and try to find those documents in all of the chatter on the page. So it might be helpful just to send that to us anyway.
Okay. I'll send it out. But don't stop that from going to the page often because they keep releasing things, okay?
I got it.
All right.
Gary, is
yeah.
it $22.49? Because one says that and the other says $20.
Yeah, the $2.49 is a processing fee. So the total price is $22.49.
Got it. Thanks.
So, if you don't want to make people mad about that $2.49, then tell them it's $22.49 instead of $20 when you talk to people. But yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions on these pages at all? Okay. I will stop sharing. Come back to video here. Okay. All right. So with that said, that's all I have as far as what I wanted to just share with you guys tonight. We're going to open it up to questions, but just think about this. This is super easy. That's what Kim said. Don't think it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really easy. The hardest part is kind of like figuring it out and the anxiety about how this whole thing's going to get set up. Also know this, that this is something that we can do we're going to be doing this for the next 4 to 5 years. This is going to explode Take Shape for Life because it brings people into the conversation. They're going to learn about what we offer. And everybody on this call knows that what we offer is the greatest thing out there as far as getting healthy, right? I mean, by far, it is the best program to help people get healthy. And not everybody knows about it. This is going to put us on the map, bigger than you can possibly imagine. I don't know if you saw our stock recently, but it tanked because we released bad earnings because we knew we would. But all of a sudden, the word got out about this challenge, and it went right through the roof, past where we started a week ago before we released, because this is going to work. The fastest teams in Take Shape for Life have been using these challenges. There's also ways for us to challenge different companies. Like if you wanted a group of people, like for example, since Vicki, I am working with you, like let's say you had a Mayo Clinic challenge and you had clients that were in the Mayo Clinic that were on program, and you invited a bunch of other people for the Mayo Clinic to do it with them. You can have a separate room for just those people, and they can compete against each other. So we can do that across the board with companies and things like that. That's the kind of technology that we have now. We can run this thing. People are doing church habits or church things, or parent teachers association, groups, or whatever group you could belong to. They're doing little challenges within the group. And so there's so many different possibilities with these challenges. And like I said, it's a soft approach to introducing them to what we do. Now, some of the best statistics that we've heard so far, which is really cool, is that on average, 10% of people who participate want to become a coach. So if you got 40 people in your room, you can expect potentially 4 new health coaches by the end of the challenge. And they're coming into it from this fun environment. Now, how many clients you get, I don't know. I haven't heard that number yet, but I know that the acquisition rate is very high if you have a lot of people that are not on program in the challenge with a bunch of people that are on program with the challenge. You get a good 50-60% of those people converting over. So that's a very, very high conversion rate, as long as you have people doing the challenge that are losing weight and doing well. Okay, so I am going to open it up. You guys unmute yourselves, and let's start asking questions, and let's write down some questions so we can get everything answered. Yes, David. Yeah, and raise your hand if you have a question.
Gary, can you speak a little bit to, if you're going to be having some people who are going to be in your room who are coaches also, but who are not actually going to be hosting their own rooms, which I know is an option. They said that you'd be able to share the data with them so that you could all the coaches in the room would be able to see what's going on and who's joining or who should talk to whom or things like that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is the information that I got from the leadership on this subject, is that what they really encourage is that everybody get their own room to start. Okay?
Really?
Yes. And if they don't fill up their room, then they could be merged into your room. But the idea is that now if they don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. But what you can't have is, let's say, David, you had your room and you have a coach that is joining your room. Their name won't be on that room. It'll be just your room. And they're a participant in your room, inviting people to your room. Okay, so it's not like you can go David and another coach's room. Okay, so now there's still, they want everybody to step up and run their own room, because again, with copy and pasting and all the things that we can do, it might not be that difficult. But if people wanted to, that's their first thing, is what they would like to see is people do their own room. Now, if you want to join rooms with people, then you can. And I do believe there is a way to track what leads go to who. However, let's say it's your room, okay? and you have a couple coaches in your room. Now, when the surveys get filled out, they're not going to have access to those surveys. Only you will. So you're going to have to go through and figure out this is their survey, this is their lead. So then sending them that information. So there's a little bit of administrative work on the host's room if they're bringing in other people. But remember this, it's not very difficult to run a room. But again, that's what would be required if you were joining rooms, whoever's the host is going to get all those surveys. And then they're going to have to figure out who it goes to. Okay?
Okay, and what about like Stacy and I are two separate people, but we coach together. Do we need, I mean, we're the same. I mean, we're.
Both have to join the challenge, but you do one room, and then the other person joins the challenge, and then there might be a way to change it at the top that it's David and Stacy's challenge of at least what's published out there. But one will be the host, and the other one will be a participant. But you could still do all the same things. But the host will be the one who gets those surveys.
Okay, that's fine. We'll share that. That's not a problem.
But if you have a coach who won't join the challenge because they're kind of scared and you need them to come in, then bring them in. We don't want to leave them out. But what we're really looking for is people to kind of step up and say, hey, I can do this. It's not that difficult. But if they want to do it that way first, I don't have a problem with it. But that's just what the leadership is recommending, that people start their own room. And if they don't fill it up, and filling it up means that you get 10 people, that's filling it up. If you don't get 10 people, then you could get merged into your leader's room where you'll be part of their room. That's definitely can easily be done. Yeah, Liz.
Okay, so I have a couple questions. So first of all, filling up a room is what scares me. I'm afraid that I won't, like we just talked, like you just spoke to that. But when I was listening to Amber's call, someone asked the question, are we going to be able to merge? And the answer was, we really don't want to be doing that. They said they didn't want to be making those changes. So is this a change from that prior YouTube that I just saw today?
Changes? Wait, say that again, I'm sorry?
They said they don't want to be administrative. Okay, on this call, they said they don't want to be shifting rooms around. They want everybody to just make a room and stick with it because it's going to be too much of an administrative issue.
It will be, but they that's a great question. And ideally, they want everybody to have their own room. But if you do not fill your room,
so we should just start that way.
Start that way. Your own.
Okay.
And remember this, that if you got 7 people to join this challenge, they get points for inviting people. So 7 people quickly could turn into 15, 20. You never know. So,
okay.
But don't worry about filling your room. Just do the marketing plan. Do a Facebook event. Invite people, call people, challenge, wherever you go, you could talk about this challenge. I'll have Malka come on a little bit and she'll share like how she's finding it easy to bring it up anywhere. Right, Malka? That's what you were saying. That you find it easy to talk about this challenge. That more than say, hey, let me tell you about my program. Because this.
All right. So this is enough. Then I have another like small question that may not apply to everyone, but I don't know how it works. Do people have to go every single day and go into the room and say, I drank my water, or can they do that every few days? Do they need to do this daily?
They can do it whenever they want, but the more they do it, they get points for doing it. That's the idea. So they get points to be there daily. And all
right, so that's another concern. I'm concerned with all the Jewish holidays.
Right. That's understandable. Malka wants to talk on this.
I just, Gary, have you approached this yet? So I wanted to support you on. Can I support my mentor, my guru on this question? I had a call with Whitney last night, and I'm sending an email to Aaron to find out about points that we won't be able to accrue over Sabbath and the holidays, Liz. And as soon as I have an answer from Aaron, and I'm going to be copying Gary, Greg, and Whitney on that communication, then we can see if there's anything he can do for us.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just need to, I mean, I feel like I need the answer before I can promote it to my observant clients, because I want them to feel like they can be as much of a part of it as everybody else, and I don't want them to feel that they're starting at, as a detriment. So I would like to have that answer.
Just let them know that we're going to cover that. I don't know all the details yet, but it'll be covered. So don't hold
Okay.
back to promote it
Terrific.
because you don't have all the answers. This is about
Great.
a health challenge. Remember, it's about bringing them into a support network, okay? You don't
Gotcha.
want to
Thank
focus
you.
so much on the logistics of all that, because once they participate, people get points for doing what we want them to do anyway. They get points for doing the habits of health stuff, drinking their water, watching a little video on the habits of health, doing a reading. We're going to talk about a Zoom call that we can run. Is it one team or each? You can run your own, and we'll talk about they get points for doing the Zoom call. That's how we can get face-to-face with some of these people. There's lots of different ways. Just let them know we'll take care of their points. Don't worry, that shouldn't affect them because it's going to get done. Don't let it stop.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Dave and Stacey, we can only see your foreheads, and it looks kind of weird, so if you could, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, let's go. More questions. Vicki, you're on mute. Let's unmute you. You're still muted. Are you doing it or I'm doing it?
I'm doing it.
There you go.
There, don't touch it. Okay. My question is, I know that you said you were setting up a Facebook event page. My concern about doing that is that people might start being driven to that Facebook event page as opposed to being driven to our room when our room is open on the 15th. Will that be confusing to people?
No. So I'm just copying what other people are doing. I got invited to a couple, so I lurked around their stuff.
Mhm.
When you set up a Facebook event page, you want information in that Facebook page about the challenge. So when they go to the event, when they're invited and they want to even learn about it, they go to the event, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there is where they get some information about it. And you could say, private message me and I'll send you the link to join. What I did here today from Greg, and I printed it out actually, was don't want to give them all the information like out there on Facebook or anything. You have to hold back information. You have to try to like say, send me a private message or let's have a conversation about it, right? To talk to them. But when you invite them to the event, you're going to drive them to your event page. Now, you don't have to do this. This is just a great Facebook strategy, right? And if you've got lots of friends, then I recommend doing it. Invite them to learn about the challenge through that page. And then I'll make sure that you're set up with other, so you can see how people are doing it. Okay? Does that help?
Wouldn't we want to put our links on our things? Wouldn't we want to just put our links out there?
Not to join the challenge, no.
Why?
Because you want them to contact you to join it. That's what I'm hearing.
Except that aren't our people,
What's that, Vicki?
aren't our people going to invite their friends? And so do we need all of those? I mean, it could get big if our clients are inviting their friends and family.
That's right. They will, when they invite somebody, there's going to be a link. When they invite somebody to the challenge, the link that they invite them to goes right to your room.
Right, but then we have to have them come and talk to us first, right?
Not those people. Not like the people who are in, from what I understand, the people who are in the challenge, you've invited them into the challenge, right? The first line people, and you've talked to them and you sent them a link to sign up. You didn't blast your link out there for the whole world to just click on and sign up. You could send them information. Every single leader is doing private message me, I'll send you the link.
Wow.
They're not posting their link. And then because it's a strategy of not giving them everything, then they don't have to contact you. They want to know more, they need to contact you. That's the idea. This is about making connections. This is what the leaders are saying. If you want to do it your way, these
No,
people
it
have
just-
done this challenge.
Here's my confusion. It just doesn't make sense to me because what we're saying is on the one hand, anybody that we want to approach, they have to come. They have to talk to us first. They have, we'll send them the information via PM or things like that. But anybody who's in the challenge who wants to invite the whole world, they can have at it. It doesn't make a difference. Well, then what
Yes,
difference
that makes perfect sense because they're already in the challenge and they're sending it to a personal friend who wants to join. They're
But I'm sending it to
inviting
my
personal
personal
friends.
friend.
What's that?
But I'm sending it to my personal friend. What's the difference? That's what I'm
Because-
missing.
I don't know the difference, David. We'll talk about that offline. If you
Okay,
want,
no problem.
I don't know. I don't know. This is just what I'm hearing from the leaders of how they're doing it.
I understand that. I'm just confused. That's all.
Well,
Yeah, I want to get in on that conversation too.
what's that?
I need to get in on that conversation as well.
Look, if you invite people to the challenge on a Facebook post, you do not want to say, join this link and join my challenge. Because the idea is that you don't give them everything right out of the gate. You get them interested to contact you. If somebody joins your challenge and they want to invite friends, let them invite their friends to the challenge. They're trying to build their support.
That's what I want to know, how that's done.
That's done through the website. Don't worry about that.
That's what David was talking about. If I'm inviting somebody, a group of friends in Texas, I'm going to have them all call me or contact me.
No. Well, I don't know the answer to that. We'll figure that out. How to do the invites on what you share with them. All I was telling is this is what it says right here on a document that David Bush did, who's created this challenge. He said, do not use spray and pray marketing with your link or give it too many details too soon. I encourage coaches to hold back details and move it to the phone. This increases results 10 times. You can do whatever strategy you want. I'm just sharing with you what the people who've created this challenge, who've done this before, are sharing with me. The process of inviting others is simple. And he says, remember the SALT method and follow these steps. And I'll send this to you. S, send friends an invite to join you in the challenge. Ask if they got it. Ask for an appointment to discuss their goals in detail. Listen carefully to what they want and why they want it. Tell them your story. Share details about the challenge and the program or whatever you want to share with them on that. I'll send you the document, but they don't recommend a spray and pray. Now, if you're sending it to a friend and you're asking him to post my challenge on their Facebook wall, they might go to the event page on your Facebook event page and inquire there, or maybe the information's there to join. I don't know, but they don't recommend a spray and pray. Does that make sense? We'll figure out more marketing strategies as we go, okay? But great question, and we'll try to make sure it's resolved that you feel comfortable doing. Okay. Let's see, any other questions? I'm sure there's lots lurking in those little minds of yours.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Who? Carrie, Alana?
Me?
Go ahead, Alana. Yeah, you go.
My turn? Okay. I'm debating whether I want to make a room because of the time. And I don't love the idea of just copying and pasting other people's who's getting credit. It's kind of like, I don't know. It just kind of feels weird.
When you're in school, you probably think it's plagiarism.
Copyright.
So what's your question?
Should I do it if I'm probably not going to be able to post my own things all the time?
Of course you should do it, and and just don't worry about copy and pasting. That's exactly how they set it up on purpose. It's you can post what you want to post, but if all you could do is copy and paste something that somebody else said that was really inspiring into your wall, if you have people who are learning, so what? It's all just about sharing information anyway. It's not about you being perfect, Alana running her challenge. It's about bringing people together in that support environment.
quote the name of the
I
other
think
people.
the reason why I'm just afraid to do it is because it's been made such a big deal and so many hours to prepare. So I'm like, I don't have time for something that's so complicated. But
It's not complicated to run. It's more complicated to prepare. So I recommend giving it a shot and seeing how it goes. And worst comes to worst, you can get merged into your mom's room if you don't fill it up and, figure out how to run it from there. But Kim has said, look, this is really easy. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. A lot more complicated it sounds than it is to run. Once the challenge is going, it's posting and talking to people. Is there work to be done? Yes, but your goal is to build your business, right? If you don't want to build your business, then maybe this is not the right thing for you to do. But if you want to build your business, and this is the way that you should build it, but is there time commitment? Absolutely there is. I mean, we're running a challenge. You're running a challenge to people that you know. So you can merge your room, like I said. That way your mom can help you or something like that. But I would definitely do it.
No, I have a lot of people who are interested in it. I just don't know anything. So I'm just like, yay, you want to do it, and they want to do it. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, your mom can also have access to your room, and she can help post, and she can help your room. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
She's going to be awesome.
I know she is. She's got to make a commitment to do it. Okay, Sherry, did you have a question?
Somebody private messaged me that they want to do a room, but their coaches aren't so comfortable doing it. So does it make sense to have coaches in a room, underneath you, and then could they eventually merge out and do their own once they start feeling comfortable?
Can't merge out. Nope. You can only merge in. So
Okay.
they can do this one that way, and then in the future they could host their own room.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you cannot merge out. But like I said, I mean, this is about building a community. This whole thing is about building a community of health, our own support community of health. That's what I'm excited about, building my community of health myself. With all you guys, and then bringing all the people in. Can you imagine what the Zoom call might look like? And taking all the people that potentially could come in. But that's what it's about. And there is a time commitment. There's no doubt about it. But the reality is if you want to build your business, this is there's other ways to build your business, right? This is not the only way. This is the newest way. We've been building our business for 12 years without these techniques, but this is the most powerful way that they have found ever. So,
And is this also what Craig was talking about at Go Global? With that something that he was using?
the challenge?
I mean, he was talking about having a room with a bunch of people and people getting points. It sounds like it's the same thing.
They did this guy's platform for
Okay, got it.
about 6 months to a year before Take Shape for Life beta tested it.
Right. Okay.
Right? So it's been refined and refined and refined. And the version we have now is an upgraded version because we told them the demands that we needed for us as coaches. Like, for example, if 2 coaches share a room, how do you know who leads or who? Now we're able to do that. So and it'll just get better and better. I'm sure it'll change.
Right.
But don't be afraid of it. Just get excited to invite people to it. Right. That's what I keep hearing. Just get excited. I heard it from Terry Miller too. They were all nervous when they did the beta test, and they had 3,000 participants in the challenge. Their total purse was $60,000 that people were vying to win. And 10% of them became coaches. They got 300 new coaches that month. So it just, and she said that it was so much easier to run than it was to prepare for. So don't worry too much about it. The goal is just get people excited about the challenge, learn some of the verbiage, and then get it going.
Right. No, it sounded great the way he discussed it also.
Yep. It's a super fun way to do it. Okay. Fire away. More questions. Quinn, any questions? You're good? Okay. Anybody else? No more questions, and everybody got it under control? Or You're excited about what we're about to do?
I haven't read enough. I haven't gone on, Greg's hotel thing, and I don't know how that works. So I don't know whether it's appropriate to ask here since I haven't looked yet, or if you wanted to, just speak to that a little bit.
What's your question?
What exactly is hotel and what is a room? I'm just not certain about how that all works.
Okay, I'll explain. I'll explain that real quick for people who are going to listen to the recording if they're not familiar. Okay.
Good idea.
So a hotel means we're in the Rex Hotel. Okay, view it like a regular hotel. Okay, he's the hotel owner. So he's basically, we get rooms in his hotel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every room that we have, like when I have my own room, I run my challenge in my room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You run your challenge in your room, but we're all part of Greg's hotel.
I see. Okay.
And I don't know if that completely clarified it, but start learning, going on those pages, and everything will become clear. But we're all part of the Rex Team Challenge.
Okie doke. Will do. Thank you.
You guys having a lot of fun on this Zoom over here. Come on, what's going on? No, I love it. Keep having fun. Okay.
Are we having too much fun?
No,
Bye.
you're not. You're doing good. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so everybody will have to kind of familiarize themselves with how the structure works. But Vicki, I know you watched a lot of things. Can you share a little bit about what value you got out of it and what you're excited about? Because I know you're pretty excited.
I just went through a lot of the videos that you sent out the links for. I think was it last week maybe in an attachment that you sent. And so it was a lot of the intro things, and then I signed up for my page yesterday, and there were several more videos that we were able to watch. I was really impressed with, for example, like the variety of exercise videos that they have that are really short, and some are just for at home, for women versus for men, or in the gym, and just a lot of variety, so it's going to meet the needs of a lot of different kinds of people. So, and it does seem very easy, and I totally get, I missed your name. Is it Elena? No, Malka's daughter. Anyway, I'm sorry. As a writer and as a person who does a lot of social media, I'm always nervous about cutting and pasting other people's stuff. But I really think that they've put a lot of work into what they're doing to make it concise and clear and understandable for a lot of people. And it's intended to be copied and pasted. I mean, they're doing it in order for us to be able to get the best, most succinct information to our people. And they want it. They want us to use it. And so I like that. I think it is going to be very simple. I think my biggest concern, like anybody else's, is getting the word out there. I'm big on Facebook, and so that's primarily what I'll do to get the word out initially. And so, I'm anxious to see what other people are doing and what they're saying so that I can cut and paste and copy what they're saying to get people interested. So I know, Gary, you were already sharing some things on Facebook, so I've been doing my own stalking.
Perfect. Malka, can you add to the things that you're talking to people about? Because you mentioned that you find it easy to invite people or talk about this challenge. So can you add
I got 6 more emails today.
When she says me, because Malka, it was hard for you to go out and out of your comfort zone to do this, right?
Yeah. I've built a beautiful business on referrals. I lost my weight and people came to me initially, and that's really snowballed, and it's been great. But I'm very comfortable talking to people who are interested in health, but I never want to offend somebody. So a lot of the people who need this program would certainly never be a person that I would go up to and start a conversation with. It could come out naturally, but I wouldn't start it that way. This opened up the opportunity for me to speak to the people, for all of us to speak to the people who are naturally the most comfortable to speak to. And it's been so much fun to just be chit-chatting in a store or at the doctor's office, at Best Buy. And oh my gosh, you're so much fun. It's just been so much fun chit-chatting with you and getting to know you a little bit. Can I tell you, I'm doing this health contest. There's this incredible challenge coming up, and I'm looking for people just like you. I just want to have fun. Do you want to come have fun with me? Sure. And they're giving me their email addresses. It's just nuts. Really? I felt like saying, really, you will? Some of them asked me to tell them a little bit about it, but most of them just want to go have fun. They had fun with me. I had fun with them. Let's go party. We all need to have more fun in the world. And when people hear that the theme is health, and God, yeah, I wish we could get more people healthy. I wish we could get more people drinking water. America's so sick. America's suffering. Everybody cares. We're giving them a platform with which to show that they care, and hopefully they're going to get excited and want to invite others. So I'm just definitely nervous. Got to watch more videos, got to learn what to do. But at the same time, I'm out there, and how many did I have yesterday? I'm losing count. I think between yesterday and today, I'm at 12 in 2 days. Strangers, complete strangers.
That's amazing. Did everybody see the power of that? And it's all about really what she said about having fun and making health fun. Yeah. Don't make it overly serious. Make it fun, and that will, remember, they get points for inviting friends. So they want to build their team too of friends that are trying to get healthy. Because remember that statistic, that study that came out that said that the people you hang out with, you have a 171% chance in being overweight if you hang out with people who are overweight. And you have a 171% chance in being healthy if you hang out with people who are getting healthy, right? So it's socially contagious, getting healthy and being healthy, or being healthy and being overweight. We're creating this community of people trying to get healthy. So that's awesome, Malka, for doing that. And the key is you didn't tell them anything.
No, and those words, Gary, saying we're building a community of like-minded people who want to get healthy and share health, and they looked at me. I love those words. Those are such powerful words. Exactly what you just said, I said today. And it meant people don't talk that way.
That's right. And you know what? And think about this. Think it in your own hearts, everybody, instead of in your head. Doesn't everybody want to be part of a community? I mean, isn't that what we are as human beings? Is we want to be a part of something, right? A longing to belong type thing. And we're able to be a part of something that is so unique and so different than anything else. A community of health, right? And we get to coach people on this journey, assist people on their journey to health. Awesome job, Malka. That's great. Does that help everybody with kind of thinking about who to invite, how to invite it, and what to say to build, the room? It can be done anywhere at any time. Yeah?
Yeah, very much so.
Awesome.
I like the fun part.
Yeah.
Making it fun, being, sounds good.
All right. Okay. Any more questions, or anybody want to throw a comment in there or what they're excited about, Alana? Is everybody excited at all? Raise your hand if you're saying this looks like it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're not excited, you don't have to raise your hand. It's okay. Is there any concerns? Any more concerns out there or questions?
I mean, I still have my concerns, but I think that mostly they're going to get hammered out. It's just a matter of, I got my room key, I got in there, I started setting it up. I can see part of how it's going to work, but I think it's just going to be a matter of just watching it play out. But until, there's always fear of the unknown. Until we see how it plays out, we don't know how it plays out.
That's absolutely true. So what Kim said is just trust it and trust that it'll play out the right way. And to know this, you don't need to know what to post in your room yet because they haven't released that information yet. The only thing they're releasing right now is inviting people, right? Remember, they're going to be releasing information on the need-to-know basis. We'll get everything about how to run our rooms as this thing progresses into the next couple of weeks. So no doubt, just know this, that you want to just set aside time for this challenge over the next 8 weeks, right? We have 2 weeks for launch, and then it's a 6-week challenge. Just realize that after this 2 months is up, your business is going to be a whole different business than it is today. And for a lot of you, a lot happier. More income, you're able to, not worry about finances anymore. Maybe give up a job if you're doing part-time job. Whatever it is, your businesses will grow after this 8-week challenge. So,
can I just make one more point having to do with Ilana's question about her concern about sharing other people's stuff? Can I just make one comment about that?
Sure.
This is something that we do all day long on Facebook.
I was going to say this.
You share it. You see an art, you see a funny cartoon, you post a copy of it. This is what people do all day long. Don't be scared of it because this is not about copyrighted materials and things like that. It's about sharing things. It's social sharing, just like Facebook is.
Exactly right. You hit it right on the head. This is a social media platform for the community of health. That's what they built, just like Facebook. But except everybody in the challenge is working on getting healthy, posting things, and doing all that stuff. That's exactly right. Do not be afraid of this. It's going to be very, very simple to run. And it's a learning curve, right? We're going to do it, and then guess what? We're going to do it again because there's multiple people. Do it. Bye-bye, Liz. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, so excellent ending. Any other questions before we stop the recording and end the message and the meeting? Yep, everyone's good for now at least.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have a little bit of homework to do to go through some of those documents, right? Everybody does, just so you understand it. And don't feel that you have to be perfect. It's not about knowing everything. They've taken care of everything for us. Trust that process. Go out and get emails, talk to people about joining the challenge, learn about the challenge. If you need verbiage, give me a call. We can talk about what to say. Just go out and promote it. Get names, numbers, and emails, because once we go on, we could promote it now to get people signed up. If you want to send them your key, go ahead and do it, but I'm going to wait until I say, yeah, I want to do it before I send my key to somebody. That's what I'm going to do. That was what was recommended, and I'm going to take what was recommended. You can market this anywhere to anyone. This is not about Take Shape for Life clients. This is about them doing it their way, but also learning about our way, right? So just realize that it's going to be very easy to do. Trust the process, and let's just go out there and knock it out of the park, and let's see how many people we can get healthy.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
You are very welcome. I'm going to stop the recording.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Nice to meet you all.